Hello and welcome to this channel. I'm excited to share my knowledge and expertise with you today on designing a simple party flyer using Photoshop. On this channel, I'll be sharing tutorials, tips, reviews and more. My goal is to educate, inspire and entertain my audience. So if you are new on this channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's get started. So first of all, you have to create your workspace. You do that by selecting new file. Then a pop-up menu will appear. You can use the dimensions I used over here, and for me I'm using a resolution of 150 pixels per inch, so you can do same for a better outcome. And then you save your work anyhow you want to save it. For me, I'm saving it as party flyer. Then when done, you hit the enter button. That's right. So now to start with, you import your subject. For me, I'm using this pretty girl as my subject. Nice. So I have it in PNG form. That's why you can see without any background. You understand? Yeah. And what you're going to do next is to, put some speakers at the sides. So I'll import my speaker and transform it to the scale I want. Understand? Over here, I need it to be something of this sort, a bit more bigger. Yes, something of this sort. Yes. Now hit the enter button. Then I'm going to duplicate it by just pressing Ctrl+J. So you can see it has made a duplicate of its speaker copy, as you can see over there. I'm going to press Ctrl+T to transform. Then I'll right click and press on flip horizontal. So you can see it has flipped it horizontally. Then you kindly move it with your mouse or with the right arrow on your keyboard. You can move it to the right side of the flyer. Yes. So then on the first speaker, we are going to add a filter. We're going to add a bit of motion blur. Yes, so you can see I already have a preset on it. I made the distance 30. You can make yours any value, but I prefer using the 30. And click on OK. And for the right speaker, we are going to apply the Gaussian blur. Yes, and for that one I prefer should be at 2. Yeah, I prefer it should be at 2. Then hit the enter button. Now we are going to add our text. So you add a text layer and type maybe karaoke. Yes. So then you have to transform your text using Ctrl+T to transform your text. Open the character menu and change the vertical element to something kind of this. Sorry, my phone's changed. Sorry about that. Yeah. So you can have something like this. Yes. Yeah. So you center align it just as I did. Ctrl+A and you center align it using this. Yeah. And you deselect by Ctrl+D. What you have to do next is to duplicate the text and type night. Yes. I'm going to transform it to make it a bit big and move it down. Yeah. So now what you're going to do is we want to keep the subject on top right. So remove the night below our subject to get something like this. So now you realize the subject, which is the girl, is on top of the night. Yeah. And what I'm going to do next is I'll reduce the opacity for the night. I'll reduce the opacity to maybe, let's see, 60. Then I'll add a layer. brush layer. So I'll change the color to white and create a clipping mask. What a clipping mask does is that it fits the above layer into the layer below, so that it doesn't exceed the borders. So you get to understand it. Now you can use it here. Reduce the brush size and you have something like this. So you can see the difference if I release the clipping mask, and if I bring it back on the night. That's right. So what you're going to do next is to add another text on top of the karaoke. I'm going to add another text and type night. But this time I'm using a different font color. So you change the font color to this. Select OK. We're going to use a different font. I prefer using the orthography font. Sorry for that. I prefer using the orthography font. So I have to drag it here, then I transform it to enlarge. So we have something like this now. Exactly. So then what you have to do next is to click on the subject. I'll come to add a bit of a brush effect. So you select this color, then you add a new layer and select the brush tool. Then you create a clipping mask over the subject. Then you can brush the edges to create a bit of a lightening effect. You understand? So what the clipping mask does is, see, if I release the clipping mask, see, it has exceeded the borders of the subject. But once I create a clipping mask on the subject, it has made the effect around the borders of the subject. You understand? Yes. So now I'm going to create another layer on top of the speakers. We are going to brush the edges to create like a vignette effect. Yes, you're going to brush around it, something like this, right? Now we'll add the text. Add the text, so maybe the venue or something. Venue, maybe Accra Children's Park. So you change the font color. Now you're using a gray or anansi and ash color for this side. Yes, so I'm choosing the Montserrat font. You can try any other font. You can use the Poppins. Poppins is also another good font for such design. Also, as you can see, the ash color isn't popping out because the speakers have kind of the same color as the text. So what you're going to do is you change the font color of the text. That's it. So as you can see, you center a line and drag it down, something kind of like this. So you can add another text, maybe type 18 plus, and you do that with font color red. Yes, so you can see the 18 plus over here, and you can bring that somewhere here. Somewhere here, 18 plus, and you can add other details like the time. Alright, time. Then beneath it you write the time, 6 p.m. prompt. Time 6 p.m. prompt. So now you want to change the color of the time. You just brush right and select the color you want, then you click the correct button on top exactly as shown. Then you can see you align it with that. Exactly how you can see. Yeah. Then you move your 18 plus somewhere here, so to keep alignment to the time. You get it? So now your background, come over here and select solid color. Change it to a bit of darkish, a bit of white, but not totally white. Yeah. Now over here, what you're going to do is you select all the layers. Do that by selecting the very first layer. Then you hold shift and select the very last layer. And you're going to do this command, Alt plus Control plus Shift plus E. So you can see it has converted it to one whole image. Then you right click and convert it to smart object. Then over here, I come to apply a filter called noise. You add a noise. I'm using the noise value of 2. If the noise is too much, to make the effect too noisy, you understand? So I prefer using 5 on this. Yeah. And make sure it's at Gaussian, or it can be uniform. I prefer it's Gaussian. Then you click on OK. You are going to add another filter that you're going to sharpen the work. So you can sharpen it. You can see what the sharpen does. It sharpens the work for you. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Kindly don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Bye.